And we're live. Some names on the chat. Let's warm it up. Let's see who is here with us. 3 people. All right, cool. Man, this YouTube thing just drove me crazy. For half an hour, I've been trying to operate this stream, and it just wouldn't happen. I was kind of starting to go, ah! But, you just need to keep it up, do your best. So, shoot your names on the chat. Let's see who is here. Who is here with me? And can you hear me? Let's see. Can you hear me? Hey, Ruth. Loud and clear. Awesome. Great. And how is the streaming? All right? Where's the glitches? Jess. Hey, fantastic. Awesome. Great. Welcome to the Lighthouse. Woohoo! There's 8 people in the 9 people. Cool. Let's wait for them a few minutes. But yeah, keep on showing me your names on the chat. I'm looking. Awesome. Deborah, Anastasia, Jess, Ruth. Fantastic. Who else is in the house? Come on. Show me some love. Ellie B. Ellie and Dave. Woohoo! Fantastic. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've been running all day long to make this happen. To be honest, I've been working on this for the last 2 weeks. Didn't really stop. That's what I've been doing with my quarantine time. Kimberly is in the house, baby girl. We have some Byron Bay breeze blowing into our chat room. Cool. So we're getting there. We've got 16 people. We give them another minute or so. Oh, who is that? Laura. Awesome. Fantastic. So I was planning to meditate for half an hour before the stream, prepare myself, but doing and everything. Suddenly I come half an hour ago. The camera wouldn't connect with the computer, and YouTube will just glitch on me, and it was a big thing. Alison, fantastic. Wow, good to feel you. Good to know you're here with us. That's great. Love the vibe. Claire, cool. Keep on showing me your names. I'll write it down in the chat as well. Keep on giving me your names, because I can't hear you. Tonya and Nick, awesome. We've got the world champion kickboxer in the house. That's fantastic. Chalita, happy birthday, Chalita. I saw it today that it's your birthday. Sending you love. Andrea and Tom. Yeah, thank you, Tom. Tom helped me get a lot of this equipment into the studio. And who else? Guy, my brother. Woohoo! Cecilia. Hola. And Gigi. Gigi, oh my God. And my dad is in the house. Cool. Awesome. So, crazy life, isn't it? I mean, we spoke about this time. Sophia is in the house. Nick as well. Thank you, Tonya. Yeah, it's just the beginning. There's the beginning. There's much more. I've basically finished setting this up like maybe 2 hours ago. And this is just the beginning. There's much more to come. Chelsea, awesome, great. So yeah, here we are in the time we've been talking about for a very long time, hey? If I'm going back, my journey around this time started in September of 2017. 2017, September is when I started to dive into the astrology of these days that we are in right now. And back then it was all just me. There was no one. I chose this shirt on purpose. It has this man with his roots going into the tree of life, and out of his third eye, this butterflies comes out. And that's the lighthouse, a new vision. A new vision that is rising from the tree of healing delight and from everything that I've been doing. Mom is here too. Woohoo! Fantastic. We're having a global team. So, yeah, for me, basically, I like to practice what I preach. I will never say to people to do something that I don't do myself or I don't believe in. Sumya, awesome, fantastic. And so over the last, not this Sunday, last Sunday, bringing everything from the studio, from the center to here, just realizing that I need to create a new sacred space. So we're going digital, and this is the digital form of us. And from here, we're going to do many cool things. And this is just the beginning. And so back to the story, September 2017, when I saw all the planetary alignments of this year, of this time that we live in, I freaked out. And there was no one there to guide me, no one there to tell me how to digest and how to prepare. And that's when I went on to a massive journey of research and diving deep into the details. And once I've come up with the understanding and the planning, then I started presenting it to everyone. So cheers to everyone who've heard me over and over and over again over the last 2 years saying, get ready, it's going to be chaotic. Get ready, it's going to be interesting financial times. And there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. It's not going to be so pleasant. And some people didn't like it. Some people absorbed it and embraced it. And those that embraced it are now supposed to be much more prepared and ready than many others. Love you too, brother. Elena is in the house. Chelsea. So, humbly I will say that, yes, I nailed this. And I've basically predicted everything that is unfolding right now. And it's not that I take it as like, oh, look at me. No, it's just like, wow, it's amazing when you really go into the planets, into the astrology, and you're realizing what it all means, how to navigate ourselves through the current. And so, here we are. We're all at home. The world is stopped. There's no business in the usual day by day. Outside, there's quiet, there's peace, there's no cars, no traffic, no buzzing. Everyone's at home, coming back to the roots, but feeling right now. And we can only send our blessings to everyone who are in struggle, to everyone who are in fear, to everyone who are in pain, in confusion. But this is what this show is about. I am maintaining positivity now. Around a month ago, when reality started to show the real evident signs that it's happening, I have said to the groups and I've said to myself that over the last 2.5 years, I prepare, it's coming, get ready, get your finance together, consolidate your debts, fix your mortgages, get into precious metals, get some Bitcoin. Not because I'm a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. That's something I'm not for sure. I'm just someone who's done homework. I've done my research. I've done my due diligence. I've done my Saturn in Capricorn. And then because I am a person that believes in sharing is caring, I've shared everything with everyone. And so those who've listened are better. Those who didn't listen are really struggling right now. And I'm really sorry for them. And yeah, again, we'll send our love and blessing. And in this show, I want to stay positive. I don't want to talk about the news because we are all bombarded by the news. I don't need to talk about news. What I will say about the news is don't watch too much news, because part of the concept of right now is that we are being bombed with information from everywhere, thinking that we know, convincing ourselves that think the big picture. So don't fall into that trap. Conspiracies are running wild right now. And many of them have some valid truth in them. But at the moment, it doesn't really help us. It doesn't help you to know Who did it to what right now? Right now, what you need to focus on is your positivity, optimism, hope, faith, love, happiness, but don't pollute yourself with the fear, with the dark agenda that is playing around through the media and through the news and through everything. Because the collective vibration right now is extremely negative, extremely fearful, extremely dark, you can say. And our job right now is to rise up, to be the warriors, to bring all the practice into action. Why did we practice yoga all this time? Why do we practice meditation all this time? Why do we do healing all this time? Why do we practice consciousness and awareness all this time? For this time. This is the time now. This is the battle. This is the eye of the storm, the needle. We are in the heart of the chaotic process. I've not managed to read all of it. Thank you, Carrie. Grace is in the house. Damien, please manage my finances. No, thank you. I'm trying to manage my own, man. Even that is a bit of a crazy thing. And that's the thing. Nobody knows. So feel comfortable with not knowing. Don't freak out by not knowing. Nobody knows, but just try to be creative. So for me, this Lighthouse has been my medicine. Last Sunday, I said, I closed the doors, and ever since then, I started bringing things home, bringing all the studio home. I went and I bought this acoustic material so I can have a proper studio. And I built this table from recycled furniture. So every day, and I'm watching you on a screen that sits on a shelf that I've built as well, because I'm just staying busy. I'm getting buffering, missing some of what you're saying. Okay, so I'll pause for a second. Can you hear me clearly right now? Someone give me thumbs up for yeah, thumbs down for no. How do I sound? Someone? Anyone? Yes, 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 yeah, yes, yes. Yes is yes is good, I believe. All right, cool. So awesome, fantastic. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, okay, back to the loop. Now is the time to stay active, proactive, creative, reinvent. Don't try. Okay, so if you're gonna sit there and grieve and feel fearful or painful or sad or upset that what you had until now is not here, you are missing the whole game. Because what's happening right now is to go back to what was. Done. It's not going to go back to normal. Normal is changing. Normal was, that was normal, and now we're in this transmutation, and then will come a new normal. So don't try to find security, safety by, when are we going back to work? When is everything going to be the same? Forget about that. It's not going to be the same. The system is a mess. Mess. They print in trillions of dollars every day. They bailing out first the billionaires and the banks and the corporates and the air flight companies and Boeing and all that. But me? Nah. You? Nah. First, let's bail out those that makes a lot of money. And when there's going to be leftovers, we're going to let you, give you some peanuts, just so you could keep on buying from the big money. So I think what we're seeing in this time is that the system is revealing itself. And it's not pleasant. It's exposing itself. The darkness is being exposed. And so there's so many things I want to tell you. So let's make some order. Age of Aquarius is starting. And the age of Aquarius cannot be the same like the age of Pisces. It's a complete different level. And so what we're going through now is the breakdown of the old age, the structure of the old age, the system of the old age, the governance of the old age, the religion of the old age, the philosophy of the old age, the science of the old age, the communication of the old age. It's all changing, it's all shifting. So if you try to hold on to something from your past because you're afraid of the change, A, you're going to lose a lot of energy. You're going to live in fear. You're going to be negative, scared, insecure. Not so good for you. But if you're going to say, you know what, that's done. It's on pause. Whenever I need to get back to it, I'll get back to it if I could get back to it. Right now, where I am, what can I do, and where am I going? It's more future-orientated. So say, look, here I am. Wednesday night, usually now, we'll be sitting in the sacred space, doing a sound healing meditation, but now it's different. It's just different. There's no sacred space to be in. We can't even hug. We can't see each other face to face. So, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to say, oh, my sacred space. It's actually classic because this year, I'm celebrating 10 years. I've started my work in the end of 2009. But let's say 2010, it's 10 years. So I was planning to celebrate, doing big things, and suddenly I found myself coming back home, which is where I started. 10 years ago, I've started with 6 people on my sofa cushions in my living room. And it was a beautiful start, very humble, very awesome. I cherish it till this day. And to come back home after 10 years, I don't see it in any other way than awesome. I am excited. I'm taking it into the positive side. I was like, wow, cool. Reinvigorating, recreating myself, recreating my work. What can I do? How can I be, guys? This one I'm doing on YouTube, but as we're moving forward, I will do it a bit more communicative with the Patreon people. And in this moment, I would like to say big love and gratitude to all the patrons. Today we have crossed the 70 mark. So we have 71 patrons, which is really, really awesome, really good. It feels great over here to know that we can connect there. And I truly appreciate your support because really at the moment, it's thanks to you that I can somehow feed my family. And so this is the new way. And if you appreciate what I do, if you appreciate the work I've been doing all these years, and if you can support, then please support. It will be really awesome and really appreciated over here. So the Patreon, if you look it up, www.patreon.com/healingdelight, and you can choose whichever tier you want to join us there. There's many, many things that are going to come out soon. I've got a lot of plans in my drawer. I'll let you know as we go. But for now, let's talk a bit about astrology. What are we having right now? Let me just have a sip of tea. Hope you're having your chaga tea. It's good for you. So what we're having right now is a few things. First of all, Mercury has gone out of his shadow. Remember last month, Mercury was retrograding. So now he finally moved out of his shadow. Is when, if Mercury went from here and then he stopped. So this place is the shadow because he's going through it, then he's coming back, and then he's moving forward. So he has passed that point now. He's on the 15th degree of Pisces, and he's about to meet Neptune. So Mercury, the intellectual, the communicator, is about to meet Neptune, the dream, the illusions, deceptions, substances, psychedelics, altered state, channeling, mystical, magical, communication with spirit. When they come together in Pisces, the home of Neptune, you can get an amazing channeling activity, amazing inspiration, amazing creativity. If you meditate on that, that will be next week. But you can also, if you go now and digest and sit and swallow all the news that are running in the media, you can find yourself delusional, in deception, being fooled, being lied to, confusion. So I recommend, get updated. But if you're doing the right thing and you're home anyway, then you don't really need to know every hour of every few hours how many people got sick or how many people died. God bless them all. But our responsibility as warriors, spiritual warriors, is to maintain the positive collective vibration. And so when I'm staying positive and I'm posting every day or two, I'm trying to post many positive things. It's not that I am oblivious to what's going on. It's not that I deny the fact that there is suffering and there is pain. It's more like it's there. There's a lot of it. I don't need to add more to that. I need to be a remedy. I need to be a medicine. I need to boost the positivity. So somehow we are balancing the status quo. And so my role now is to be the positive foundation, the lighthouse. Why did I call it the lighthouse? Because I'm on the first floor, the room full of light. We are channeling spirit, and we are sending this light across the suburbs to all the wandering ships which are here on the chat. So, hey, Jenny and Cliff, love South Australia, awesome guys, love you. Hope you're well, and thank you so much for joining the Patreon. I love your support. Thank you for that. So that's Mercury and coming out of Genoa into Neptune next week. So don't think that you know what's going on. Don't fool yourself that you know what's going on. And don't dive too deep into conspiracies. There's the 5G network, there's the chemtrails, there's the Chinese, there's the Americans, there is the cabal, there is the deep state, there is the... It's not going to help you. It's going to move you out of focus. We need to be now in the moment. So let's talk about Venus, because Venus is in Taurus for the last few weeks. She's on the 27 degree of Taurus, which means she's got 2 more degrees, a few more days until the weekend. Now, this is important because Venus rules Taurus. So Venus and Taurus love each other. Venus and Taurus is about being present in the moment, in your body. Nourish the body with good food, with exercise, with breathing deep into your body, just staying centered, not losing yourself. Now, I am home. I can't walk. I can't make money. You can go on and on and on. But Venus and Taurus says, yeah, but you're home and you've got your family around you, or a friend, or your dog, or a cat, or yourself. If you don't have anyone around you, you've got yourself. So don't be a victim. It's like, oh, I don't have a family, or I'm not married, or I don't have a partner, or I don't have a cat, I don't even have a dog. You can go on and on and on like that, because Chiron in Aries is like, oh, look at me. What have I done? My life is not where I want it to be. Nah, we can't spend any energy on that right now, because Venus in Taurus says, find the beauty, create beauty, do something. Take a pencil and a paper and draw. Take a canvas and paint and paint. Take a piece of wood and a hammer and a nail and build. Take a pot plant and garden, do some gardening. Clean your house, fix your house, rearrange your house. There's so many things you can do in order to enjoy. Venus and Taurus, enjoy, find pleasure. How can you find pleasure in this situation? How can you find more beauty in this situation? How can you find love in this situation? Now that you're back home in the roots with yourself, learn to love yourself. Learn to remember that true safety is not in the money you make in the world and not your title in the world. True safety is in here, knowing who you are, loving yourself, staying connected to spirit, to the earth, and everything is going to be all right. You know, and at the end of the day, if we go to the greatest fear of the pyramids of fear, the fear of death. One day, we are all going to get more gain. I hope I'm saying it right. And so, yeah, find the joy, find the happiness, find the beauty, do things that brings you pleasure. Enjoy your senses, sensuality, Taurus and Venus. Smell, sound, sight, voice, sing. You know, I've been hearing so much music in the streets ever since this started. Last week I had a neighbor playing saxophone a few nights. Yesterday I went with my son to the park to play soccer, and this neighbor, Grace, dance. Just play your favorite music and dance. Pick up a drum and dance. You don't have a drum? Pick up a table. There's many things you can do. Be creative. And the medicine in that is that while you stay occupied with all these things, you don't have time to wander into your insecurities, into your fears, into your shadows, because you're just staying in the moment. You're just doing your best at the moment. So that's Venus in Taurus. Now, the important thing to know about Venus in Taurus, that as we come into this weekend, there's a lot of changes shifting. One of them is that Venus will move to Gemini. And Venus is going to be in Gemini for a long time, which doesn't happen usually, because Venus is going to go. Then in May, we're having a massive retrograde season coming up, just for you to know. It's not the best news, but because we're going to have Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Venus, and Mars all going to retrograde from May. And so Venus is going to travel through Gemini, and then she's going to come back, and then she's going to travel back and only then leave Gemini. Last time this happened was 2008. Interesting. Last time Jupiter was in Capricorn was 2008. Pluto entered into Capricorn in 2008 as a result of the financial crisis of 2008. You get it? There's a lot of 2008 energy that is coming to finalization, because Pluto kicked into Capricorn in 2008, initiated the death of the old structure, the death of the old structure. I'm just laughing at the comments. The death of the old system. And now, over the last 12 years, Pluto has been traveling there. Pluto is now on the 25th degree. So he's got 4 more degrees, which will take him a while, because in May he's going to retrograde back into the 22nd degree where he met Saturn. And only then he's going to move forward. So he's got some time still in Capricorn. So to kind of bring it back into order, we spoke about Venus in Taurus. We spoke about Mercury out of shadow coming into Neptune. And now we spoke about 2008 echoing into now. We spoke about Venus moving from Taurus into Gemini, which is similar to 2008. Now Venus in Gemini. Venus loves Taurus, but in Gemini is the trickster. It's kind of a lot of, let me think about love. Let me process love. I'm a bit confused. What does that say? What does that say? Well, right now in Taurus, it's feeling the love. It's feeling the connection, or feeling when there is no connection anymore, when there is no love anymore. So Venus is showing us the quality, the true quality of our life. Who is treating you good in these days? Who is still your friend in these days? Who gives you comfort in these days, and who doesn't? Who suddenly disappear? Who suddenly is not supporting you, not loving you? So Venus in Taurus is showing you true value of relationships, true value of possessions. Good night, Marley. It's showing, Venus in Taurus is showing you quality. And so as she moves to Gemini, suddenly she goes like, and then she's going to retrograde, and it's not going to be greatest fun, I must say. This year, in general, we are on a big journey, and probably only in December, we're going to feel a certain shift. And I know it doesn't really uplift you so much, but it is what it is. Again, we have to be aware. So let's talk about the real deep stuff that is happening now, because Jupiter is closing in on Pluto. Now, Jupiter is the microscope of the scientists, the telescope of the space, of the spacemen, of people who love the stars. It magnifies, it amplifies everything that it touches. It is also considered to be the guru, the one that's. So Jupiter makes everything louder. So if you're negative, you'll be very negative. If you're positive, you'll be very positive. Pluto is the lord of the underworld. is the head of the mafia, is the gangster. Pluto is death and rebirth. Pluto is your deepest fears, your deepest pain, your traumas. Pluto is confronting you, not because Pluto is bad. Yeah, Pluto is ruling Scorpio, so Scorpio and Pluto is similar kind of energy. You, in a way that will confront you with the things that disempowered you, so you could reclaim your power back to you. So fear, if you have a certain fear, that fear receives your power. You are empowering your fear. You're giving your power away to that fear. That fear is more powerful than you. When you face that fear, automatically the fear doesn't have as much power, as much energy over you, because the power comes back to you because you just confronted it. And so that's what people who practice ayahuasca basically are usually dealing with. That's the medicine of ayahuasca. That's the medicine of shamanic healing. It's kind of go into the underworld, go down, face your demons, face your fears. And so Jupiter is already on the same degree with Pluto, but it's closing in slowly. So it's going in all this week. It's on the same degree, but it's moving minute by a minute. And they're only going to be together next 4th of April, 4th into the 5th of April. Where is my... I don't know. As soon as they come together, this will be on Sunday. Yeah. Sunday. What does it mean? It means that you can expect the news to be the worst. You can expect the news to be really scary. You can expect the virus to reach a certain peak. You can expect the financial world to get even... But it's an illusion. It's like they do not fall into the fear, because right now there is a spiritual warfare between the dark and the light. Right now there are many people who want you to live in fear. There is many people who has agenda to put the collective in vibration of fear. Because when we're in fear, we're not in the light. We're not in the love. We're feeling the darkness. And so, are you really gonna use your power, your consciousness, your awareness to empower the dark, to empower the fear, to empower that which doesn't really serve us, it doesn't really help us? And so, if you need, don't watch the news. You are locked in your house anyway. Play the piano, do the garden, and notice where you are. You have to be positive. You have to stay positive. We need you to be positive. We need each person to be positive right now. We need each person to meditate, to send blessing to all the people who suffer, to send blessing to Spain, to Italy, to France, to America, to Australia, to send blessing to everyone, to just bless and bless and bless. So we are keep on balancing the equation. But yeah, Jupiter coming into Pluto on Sunday, not the greatest thing. So pay attention to yourself. Know that it might be challenging, and don't fall into the trap. We spoke about Venus in Taurus. We spoke about Jupiter and Pluto. Now, Jupiter and Pluto, one more note, they're coming together this Sunday. Pay attention to what's going to happen for you personally and in the world. Jupiter is going to pass. Then, as they go retrograde, they're going to meet again in July. And then, for the final time, in November. So, you see what I mean? This situation is not going to be over next week or next month. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So, don't fall into the trap if suddenly in a month or two from now, say, okay, guys, everyone, get back to life. It's all normal. Don't fall into that trap. Now, we are also starting, thank God for this beautiful weather we're having, but we're starting to go into the cold season now. We've passed the equinox. So we're now diving into winter solstice. So the days are going to get shorter, colder. Winter is going to come in. And with winter comes the flu season. And the flu season is the real danger with all the situation that is happening right now. So that's why, even if you're feeling great, you need to be in a mindset that you are preparing yourself for winter. So every day, have your chaga tea, chaga mushroom tea. Every day, take your vitamins, vitamin C, your vitamin B, your vitamin D, your zinc. There is also turkey tail mushroom. There's all kind of amazing herbs, Chinese herbs, and naturopathic medicines. So just, contact a friend that is a practitioner of Chinese medicine, of naturopathy, of homeopathy, and you're going to get awesome stuff. It's going to keep you healthy. So the idea is to substitute to substitute medications for vitamins. Take your vitamins now, take your chaga now, and then you won't need medications. In fact, this week something came up that some doctor or professor from Harvard said that they have discovered that many people who were in a severe situation with the virus or died had ibuprofen in their body. So apparently the ibuprofen is interacting with the virus in a very bad way. So if you have fevers or things like that, do not use ibuprofen. Just do not. Which I think it's Advil gel is the one that has it. There's other things to use instead, but just be aware of that. Make sure you're constantly drinking water in your mouth. Make sure you take a deep breath into your lower body, just to make sure that you are not breathing in anxious mode into upper lungs, and then the air capacity doesn't come down. Just breathe into your full body. Those are the main things. So yeah, Jupiter with Pluto this Sunday, then in July, again, second time, and in November for the third time. Now, the other thing to know is that Saturn, since last week, is in Aquarius. Saturn was in the last 3 years almost in Capricorn. He rules Capricorn, the structure, the system, suppression, restriction. Saturn sign in Aquarius goes into the new world. How are we going to live our life now? How society is going to function now? How are we going to do business now? How are we going to do politics now? How are you going to do your socializing now? How are you going to take care of your health now? I never in my life took vitamins. I was mainly healthy, really, but this is the healthiest time in my life that I treat my body in the best way possible. For the first time ever in my life that I treated that well. So really, it changed my entire way of living. And so there's many good things. Here I am in this studio, right? Now Mars, early this morning, Mars came out of Capricorn into Aquarius 2 and met Saturn on the 0 degree of Aquarius, the initiative first degree of Aquarius, the new future, the new age. As soon as Saturn moves there, Mars, who came from behind, Jupiter is now coming. Now Jupiter meets Pluto. So it highlights, so when Saturn and Pluto met, there was a ruling. They have decided on something, a new initiation, a new law, right? They decided that. And so Saturn moved on, Mercury moved on, Venus moved on. Now Jupiter is coming on top of Pluto. And as Jupiter comes on top of Pluto, highlighting, you need to understand, Pluto again is the Grim Reaper, is the Lord of the Underworld, it's the shadow, and he's been really empowered right now by Jupiter. It's to the max. More fear, more chaos, more turmoil, more illnesses. Pluto is pandemics as well, by the way. More pandemics, global crisis, close New York, close Miami, close Melbourne, close Sydney, no business, lock everyone down, because we are dying, it's all gone, we are doomed. No, we are not. It's a phase. We will get through it. Unfortunately, some people are going to suffer. Unfortunately, some people are going to die, who are passing, who are ill, who are sick. We feel sorry for them. We feel compassion for them. None of us would like to be in their shoes, and we pray for protection and safety for ourselves that we don't have to be in their shoes. So we're being responsible. We just do whatever we can to be safe, but that's as far as it goes. I do not allow the fear. It's a rebellion against the fear. It's the warrior saying, sorry, you shall not enter. Not here. Not here. I know who I am in this life. I know what I am on this planet. I know that I am coming from light, from love, and I'm here to be an ambassador of love and light, and I'm here to be the lighthouse. That's what I'm here to do. So you can keep your fear to yourself. Thank you. And so that is the work we need to do. So Jupiter magnifies Pluto. Saturn moves into Aquarius at the same time, and Mars comes into Saturn. There's a big process happening here. Now Mars came and he passed through Jupiter, passed through Pluto, and now he comes to Saturn and say, so Mars is the warrior, the soldier, the action. And Saturn is the system, the ruler, the judge, the new world, the new structure. Mars come into Saturn and say, Saturn, I have done all the admin, all the systematic process that we needed to do. I've met with Jupiter. I've met with Pluto. Yes, we basically have done all that. And now I'm here with you. Now you tell me, where are we going from here? What do you want me to do now? Because I'm going to leave you. Mars is going to leave Saturn, and he's going to travel forward, right? But then in May, Mars is going to come back too. So everything is moving forward right now. But as soon as we get into May, Saturn, it's like we're finally coming out of it. It's something like rewind. It's like you fall down back. You climb the mountain out of the dungeons. You got to the top. You can see the light. And suddenly you're like, it's like, before we move to the future, before we go to the new world, there's something else that we need to do. Yeah. Destroy. So, sorry, just a second. Tom treated a nurse yesterday, and she said that what they learn, what they aren't telling the public, is that May is the peak of the pandemic. It's possible. It's possible that this Sunday is going to be a peak. Again, remember, Jupiter and Pluto this Sunday. It's very possible. It's going to be like, oh my God, we are, right? America is doing very bad. If you look into America, they've broke records of they've peaking the death and peaking the wound, the sick, and doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. But in a way, there's many interesting things about this thing, because look who is the most subjected: the obese, the sick, the elderly, the weak. Let us not go too far with that now, but just to take note. It's kind of like clearing out the surface a bit. And now let us not fool ourselves and think that this is just a virus that came from Mother Nature. This is some really dark magic stuff. And we're not going to feed that right now in this show, okay? But just for you to know, do not play with that. Do not deal with that. The secret of white magic is to be the light, to be the love. Because love is the most powerful force in the universe. Nothing can penetrate love. And when you vibrate on love, no fear can enter your vibration. No fear can enter your field because you vibrate on love. But as soon as you let fear sneak in, it's like you step out of love. So usually what people do, they freak out and they react with fighting the fear. Nah, just come back to love. Come back to love, and suddenly that automatically goes, because it can't stay. You see, the dark serves the... That's about kind of what's happening right now in the heavens. So just remember, it's quite an interesting process, right? And how auspicious that Mars meets Saturn on the 0 degree of Aquarius, initiating the new structure, initiating the new system, the new boundaries, the new discipline, the new due diligence, the new system. At the same time, the Jupiter is on Pluto, highlighting the death of the old, the death of the past. And, let's look at collective. The collective fear is, there is a collective fear of losing everything. What if I lose my money? What if I lose my super? What if I lose my job? It always, sometimes comes to money. And so we are all facing this fear. What are we going to do? Hold on for a second. A few hundred years ago, 100, 200 years ago, we didn't have the financial system. We didn't have stock market. We didn't have a Federal Reserve, which is a private corporate that prints money to the rest of the world and convincing them that it's money. But it's not money, it's currency. It's fake. There is no value in it. We've been sold a poof. There's nothing there. We've been sold an illusion, and we are waking up to the illusion now. We are waking up. So people are now, because of this situation, are diving deeper into the financial system, into the economy. Yesterday, I posted to the Patreons a great movie to watch, which is The Hidden Secrets of Money. What was his name? Let me tell you in a second. The Hidden Secrets of Money. There you go. His name is Silver. Is Tom Meloni. That's his name. Very, very genius guy. Very good guy, very smart guy. So have a watch in that movie. It will kind of really shed a lot of light on the financial system and help you explain things. Thank you, Antoinette. So, we are waking up to the illusion. And at the moment, they're printing money. They're printing trillions of dollars every day. And you need to understand, if you have more money in the system, it means that the money is valued less because there is more of it. So when the Federal Reserve Bank of America is saying to you that it's printing every day $1 trillion, don't sit there and think, oh, okay, that's in America. No. Australian dollar is bound to the American dollar. The Israeli shekel is connected to the American dollar. The currencies are basically, we moved from gold-backed money into oil-backed money, into just fiat money, which is paper, which is based on the US dollar. So the entire system is now collective. Now, important to understand, never in history there was such a process in finance and economy as it happens now, because now the entire global system is interconnected. Until now, yes, there were many cycles in finance, in economy, of depression and recession, but it was in an empire location, the Roman or the Greek or the Spanish. There were like collapses of currencies here and there. This time, for the first time in history, the entire world is going through the same process. Now, let's talk about the positive side of this. If almost 8 billion people around the world, unfortunately, under the same risk, in the same situation, we've been forced through an uncomfortable way. This is part of the support of the new age of Aquarius, because Aquarius is unity consciousness, community, oneness, coming together for humanity, for the world. This is kind of like, enough with the selfish stuff, let's do something together. So it's like an operation, not comfortable. It's really not comfortable what's going on right now. But we have to go through it. I said many times in the talks, giving birth, not easy. You can ask any woman who gave birth. Very painful. For some not. For some I've seen some movies before we gave birth that some women have an orgasm while they give birth. Amazing, lucky them, right? So some people are having an orgasm right now because, they're happy. Why they're happy? Because they have done their homework. They have learned, they've done the due diligence. So they know, they knew in advance to get silver and gold. Like I've been saying for a few years to people, They knew in advance to consolidate their debt so they're in a better place. They knew in advance that they need to look into Bitcoin. So that's something that is cooking still in the background. Now, you should really, really look into it because there's big things happening in the background with Bitcoin. We're not going to go into it now. So, yeah, this is a bit about astrology, a bit about what's going on now, and we are like 54 minutes on the stream, so we're going to wrap it up soon. So while I'm kind of blurbing the end thing, shoot, any questions? Anyone wants to know anything? Anything I haven't covered? Anything you want me to speak of? Yeah, I would love to hear from you. Usually there is a bit of a delay in the messages, so I'll wait. But yeah, I think I've covered up pretty much most of it. So I'm now gonna start doing I offer a lot of things from here. I'm gonna do some private healings. If anyone will be in need, I'm working on that. I'm basically developing that. How do you get such defined curves? Coconut conditioner. How do you interpret the astrological movements? Well, once you understand, you see, it's very simple. You watch a movie, and in the movie, you have characters, and each character has its own thing. And when in the movie, one character meets the other character, you know that it's going to be like that. So, for example, when two lovers going into a scene, so you see the scene of two lovers meeting, most likely they're going to have a nice dinner together and then they're going to make love. You're not going to see all of it, but you're going to see some of it. At the same time, the camera moves to the other scene where the father of that girl that makes love to that boy is actually in dispute with the father of the boy that sleeps with that girl. So suddenly they are fighting. So once you understand the characters, you're starting to understand how they can play together. Or music, okay? If each planet is one key on the keyboard, right? When you place two keys together, they create a certain tone. Three keys, certain tone. So it depends on the combination. So to simplify the answer, first start by knowing what each planet means. What does it represent? Then the second thing is what each star sign means. Because then you will know that when this planet, which means X, is in this star sign, which means Y, you will know that the result could be Z. And then you start to improve your knowledge. So that's for that question in very briefly. What else? I still need to talk about vaccinations. Okay. There will be an agenda that is already been pushed through the narrative underneath the surface in the news. There will be an agenda, most likely, for forcing the collective community to take vaccination. I see it as a great risk. That's all I will say. I'm not saying don't do it because I'm not in that place. I don't need that attention. What I'm saying is I see danger in that. I see danger in them forcing us to take vaccinations. That's the bottom line. Why should I take vaccination if I drink my chaga tea every day, if I take my vitamins every day, if I'm exercising, if I'm keeping myself positive and optimistic? That's my vaccination. So yeah, we should be careful of that. We should be very, very careful of that. What else is there? Housing market going to drop. Thought on purchasing when the market crashes. Housing market is going to drop. I've been saying it for 2 years now. Unfortunately, I don't want to be too much of a negative voice for the people who actually own houses, own mortgages, but I don't see great things in the near future. I believe there is much more coming because the bank system is broke. The banks are broke. They're lending money every day from the Federal Reserve Bank. the repo market, lending, overnight spending. The banks are in terrible situation, and some banks will go bust. And when we have regional banking system malfunction, then you're going to have a big effect on the real estate, because mortgages and lendings and all that. So yes, buying when the market crashes, obviously that's the general philosophy, but no one knows the bottom. I will say we've got a good few years. I won't be rushing to buying anything now. If I could, I wish I could, but I'm looking more at like 3 to 5 years time, even two to 3 years. You see, what I really see happening in my personal view is that silver and gold and Bitcoin are gonna fly to the moon. At the same time, stock markets and real estate will drop to the ground, and then we'll do basically what the smart money did in 1929 in the Great Depression. That's how my research started. When I saw what's coming, I was like, oh my God, I have a family, I have a community. What can I do? So I was like, okay, what did the smart people do in the Great Depression? What did the smart money did in the Great Depression? That was my thesis question. And the answer is simple. It's so simple, you will think it's stupid how simple it is. They sell at the top and they buy the bottom. So they sold their stocks, they bought gold and silver, and then their stock crashed, and gold and silver went up, and then they sold their gold and silver, and they bought the properties. That's how the wealthy of Manhattan became the wealthy of Manhattan. This is how, people made money, huge money in the Great Depression. So there's an important saying: don't let a good recession go to waste. Because recession and depression, very negative words, it scares a lot of people. But really, if you look at it like just in a simple form of a wave, everything has a wave form. Everything moves in waves. So here you go, thriving society, spending, holidays, retreats like no tomorrow. And then suddenly, we're going down, baby. And going down, it's a recession, depression, so we can come up again. So it's not that we're going down and that's it, we are finished. No, it's a necessary correction of economy. It went up for 40, 50 years more, gone up. And now it has to come down to correct itself, because it's just like, if you looked at the stock, since 2000, there was like 2000, 2008, until now. It can't just keep on going. It has to break down. Same with real estate, right? So real estate was one of the dodgy ways that they did all this bubble, through mortgage, through lendings, just like lending, mortgages. People took properties upon properties. I've heard stories about Airbnb investors that bought 4, 5, 6, 7 different properties, mortgaged one on top of the other. They thought that they won the equation. They are the smartest people on earth. They took 6, 7 mortgages. They have their Airbnb. They're amazing. They're doing great. But then what happened? No one is coming to the Airbnb. They have 6, 7 mortgages. There's no money coming in, and they are screwed because they have no income. So, the real estate has been the train. Now, what else in the questions here? What did I miss? Is there anything we should pay attention to when Venus moves into Gemini? You've got from now until Sunday to find the beauty, to find connection, to find love, to find happiness, to find peace, to find quality. Until Sunday, you have to find it. Because once we go into Gemini, it's going to be in the shadow zone. It's going to be a bit more confusing, a bit more thoughtful. Reminding you also, Venus rules finance, economy as well, right? And Gemini rules, Mercury rules Gemini, which is commerce, stock market, communication, technology. I'll put a small note now in. We might also face a situation at some point of a crescendo. There is a potential that we won't have even internet. And so be ready for that too. Be ready for the option that we will be unplugged because of blah, 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 blah. But really it's because we're reaching a massive point of crescendo. So don't, download things that you need now, and just, practice things that you need now. And just when that happens, if it happens, just trust yourself. Don't freak out, because it's going to pass as well. It's going to be maybe a few days, maybe a week. There's a lot of theories coming up about April, 10th of April. We'll see, We'll see. Now, Venus right now, as it travels to the end of Taurus into Gemini, it moves through the Pleiades, the seven sisters. The Pleiades is like the family of light. It's very good. So there's like Venus through the Pleiades, while Mercury comes with Neptune. Meditate, channel, automatic writing, create music, write, and just if you really want to know what's going on, connect, go inwards and connect, and you'll have like amazing connections. And that is just to remind us that while we have this sphere, Jupiter, Pluto, Mars comes into Saturn, Mercury comes into Neptune, Venus is on the Pleiades saying, hey, you are not alone. There's many forces overwatching and supervising this process. Many beings, interdimensional, multidimensional, angels, masters, teachers, creator, are supervising this process. And we're not alone. And the darkest this gets, you rub your hands. Because then comes the light. And that's what I focus on. I focus on the light that is going to rise and shine from this chaos, after this chaos. And that's what I'm kind of pinpointing at, you see? I'm creating towards that. So it's important for you to remember, we are in the final crescendo, chaos, death of the age of Pisces, of the patriarchy, the abusive, manipulating, market rigging, money printing, corrupted, lack of integrity, abuse of power, abuse of sex, everything, right? It's falling apart. It's falling down. It's crumbling down. So don't be afraid of it. Enjoy the process. We are writing history in these days. We are a part of history. How exciting it is. Let's look at the other side. Exciting. We live in such an amazing time. Do you realize you live in a time that you read on in history books in your school about the Roman Empire and the Greek Empire? This is amazing what's happening now. And so don't be afraid of that. So when Venus moves into Gemini, it's going to go shadow. Yeah, notice your connections, notice your relationships. I mean, if there's something for sure, that usually people are avoiding each other. They're busy. I'm going to walk, I'm going to gym, I'm going to yoga, I'm going to retreat, I'm going to walk, I'm going to pay the bills, I'm going to... But suddenly now, there's no retreats, there's no yoga outside, there's no gym, there's nowhere to run, there's no distraction, there's no avoidance. Everyone have to be home. Everyone has to confront each other. I've heard jokes about women suddenly, looking in their true nature with gray color because there's no more hairdressing to paint their hair. So the true beauty comes out. The masks are falling off. And people who live in the same household finally confront each other and see each other. And as Venus is doing this process, and Jupiter comes on Pluto, some relationships will break down. Some relationships will come to a point where it's like, you know what? I can't stand you anymore. I'm done. Finished. See you later. Death. Some relationship will go, oh my God, I love you so much. I can't believe, like, now that all the distractions is out and all the confusion is out, now I realize that I love you. And thank God for you. And I appreciate you. And having fun together again, Mali, my son, he loves this. You know how much he gets of me? He gets of me the most he ever got. I'm here all day with him. playing soccer, playing FIFA, playing this, cooking dinner, cooking breakfast. He's helping me, help me build some things. It's fantastic, you know. So some relationships will break and some relationships will be rebirthed. So that is also with self inside of you, not just outside. Love that keyboard analogy. Oh yeah, cool. There's much more of that to give. Many people got them today. So many people got them today. Yeah, what else? 5 minutes Bruce Lipton. There's a lot of stuff. Buy into the fear. That's right. You buy into the fear. I missed most of this. Okay. Will this period of Venus in Gemini be further struggled by Gemini? Yes, of course. When the planets move through your star sign, of course it affects you even more powerfully. I mean, for me personally, right now, over the next few days, my sun is on the 5th degree of Taurus, 5th degree and 18 minutes. And here comes Uranus, 5th degree, 10 minutes. And it's coming into my sun, right? So Uranus is the sudden revolutionary change, unexpected, towards the future. Reinvent yourself, recreate yourself. Here I am. A new army, a new lighthouse, a new creation. So you see, you have to take it in a positive way. Exactly, it's all about the new. Where do you buy chaga tea? I've in health shop usually. Now I doubt it, but I bought the last one I've ordered from wholefoodaustralia.com. wholefoodaustralia.com. They in New South Wales and they shipped it to me. I just ordered like half a kilo because we'll need it for a while. Can we start astrology classes? Yes, I'm gonna start astrology. I'm gonna do personal readings. I'm gonna do basically whoever wants. I can do your personal birth chart with the energy of now, and we can do a session and talk about it, how it's affecting you, how it can navigate through that. I'm gonna do some psychic readings here. This is now my space. I'm gonna do some basically remote healing through psychic, intuitive, and Reiki, absent healing. We'll basically sit here, meditate with you, with whoever wants to be with me in a private session. So you see, that's a beautiful thing about energy healing. I don't need to be with you in the same room. I don't need to put my hand on your body. I can do it from here with my intention, with my gifts, and many more like me. So, TLX are online. Okay, cool. Good on you, Antoinette. You can get it from TLX are online. Just make sure that when you buy the chaga tea, make sure that you get the good quality Siberian one, yeah? Because make sure that it's not been. I've read a few things that they can mix it up with sand, so it weighs more and things like that. But don't get too much into it. TLXR is a good brand, but I know that TLXR is being produced in China, so I don't know if it's gonna come anymore. It's may need to rely on what's here. Thank you, Nick. It's the Siberian, yeah. Fantastic, Antoinette. Good. So, look, it's an hour and 13 minutes. I'll give it 2 more minutes and we wrap it up. TX are sold out on the website. Yeah, I believe so. Try wholefoodaustralia.com.au. That's where I ordered mine from. And if you can't get chaga, try to get turkey tail tea. And if you can't get turkey tail or chaga from health shops or from the website, hello, Zavit. Man, this is global, international. We've got people on the chat from Australia, from South Australia, from Byron, from Melbourne. We've got Israel. We've got Europe. Amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for being here with me. It's really fantastic. And so I want to send you off with a final positive message. Don't let the system get you down. Listen to some Bob Marley. You know, this time awaken the Rasta in me. Just Rasta, be the lions, be the spiritual warriors. Stand up for the fight. Vibrate positivity. Thank you, Kimberly. I love you. Show love, show positivity, smile. Think about the good things we're about to create together. Think about how this light that is coming up is exposing the darkness. That's what it does. The reason why there's so much darkness right now is because the light is rising. The forces of light are finally combating the darkness. So usually when the darkness is being challenged, it screams louder to try to scare, but you need to understand what's happening now is absolutely awesome. It is the light that is coming. And so we are not alone. 3 little birds, each by my doorstep, singing sweet song. The melody is pure and true. This is my message to you. I love you all, people. Thank you so much. And please join our Patreon. On top of being a part of our community. From Sweden, Claire, that's fantastic. Go the Vikings. Be safe in Sweden. And yeah, join us on Patreon, because it's to be a part of the community, but it's also about support. You see, people like myself and people that you love their services, this is our time to really kind of remember each other and to help and to support. And so if you could support me, fantastic, great, thank you so much. If you can't, you can always support with love, with feedback. And so I love you all so much. You stay positive. I might come back at you on Sunday. We might do something on Sunday. Talk about this Jupiter-Pluto. Yeah. I mean, now that the studio is set up, I can just rock up, press the button, and I'm going live. So we'll do more and more of that. Stay safe, everyone. Don't let the negative news get into your temple. Don't let the dark forces put their fears inside of your temple. You stay love, you stay light, you stay positive, you do your yoga, you do your meditation, you do your own music, you be creative. Don't think about, oh my God, what am I going to do? No, think, oh my God, what am I going to do now? What can I create now? What do I want to be now? What do I want to do now? This is an opportunity for me to recreate myself, to reinvent myself. Mary Jean, I love you, sister. Kisses. And so thank you, people from all around the world. Love you so much. Love to you all. In Spain, mucho amor para ti. Wow, Spain. I feel for Spain. Spain is really struggling. God bless all, Let us all say prayers each day. We just use prayer. Use God, use spirit, use the force, whatever you do. Light a candle. Send a blessing from the heart to all the people of the earth, to all the children of the earth, that everyone will be safe and healthy, to all the sick ones to be healed, to all the nurses and the doctors and the bus drivers and the train drivers to be safe. It's amazing that the soldiers of this battle are actually the drivers. Mashash! Amazing. So cool. Love you all. Be safe, be good, be healthy, be positive. Shine! Peace, love, happiness. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Peace. End.